Hello and welcome to the MHG podcast. As usual, life can be a little bit miserable, life can be a little bit dark, so we are here to bring you as much light and as much joy as we possibly can. Life can also be absolutely roasting hot because climate change and it's horrible. So we've gone and found two of our friends from 80s movies, and that is someone, it's Mr. Freeze, and someone else really called Iceman from Top Gun. There you go. Mr. Freeze from Batman and Robin. Is it Batman and Robin? It was Batman and Robin and Mr. Freeze. No, and yeah, I'm delirious. Stu, how are you?
I'm okay. That was quite something. I'd quite like to be Iceman from the X-Men at the moment. I feel that would be nice. Although I might just be a puddle on the floor if I was. So, but yeah, that would be good.
You'd think weather like this, Mr. Freeze, or Doctor, it is Mr. Freeze, isn't it, in Batman?
Yeah.
You feel that his powers would be somewhat limited.
You do. Doesn't he have like a suit that he has to live in, otherwise he'll die? Something like that.
Yeah, but then at the same time, I think the heat's so much it'd probably wreck the mechanisms.
Yeah. And also, it would be worth living inside a suit when it's this hot, as long as the suit was cold.
Yeah.
I'm considering just crawling into the fridge at the moment and living there.
Yeah, I've seen someone suggest just hanging out in Tesco's, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm spending 2 or 3 hours there later, I think.
People go, bloody kids hanging around outside. No, they're not outside Tesco's. Where are all the kids? Oh, they're inside Tesco's by the freezer aisle.
Yep.
Yeah, we kept Edith. We've kept off school today. There was on half days anyway, and it's just too hot. She can't concentrate. She's really feeling the heat.
Yeah, it's kind of mad that they don't have like air conditioning in schools. It's madness, really.
It should be something over the course of the next 12 months. They've got to do. They've got to start retrofitting schools they want people to keep schools open as a priority. You retrofit schools with air conditioning.
It's an absolute necessity.
Yeah. But no, what we'll do is we'll go on Jeremy Vine and the Such and LBC and complain about kids today.
Kids today demanding to not burn alive.
Yeah,
disgraceful.
Because of the mistakes of our past.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm too old to go to war now. So all kids should be ready to go to war.
Oh yeah, it's definitely anything that we don't have to do is something they should have to do. Yeah. So like they should fan us with like large fans. That we could employ them £5 an hour, fan us down continuously, give them something to do.
There was one thing that made me laugh earlier this week. Came up on my TikTok. It was from Jeremy Vine and that horrible wench Carol Malone on there. They was talking about the heat, and she decided to go on one of those. During the war, how did we win 2 world wars? Blah, blah, blah. You know, if we just stopped when things got difficult. Like, one is a completely different situation. We're not at war with the weather. Okay, it's not a war. It's completely different for a start.
Yep.
Right? But they're discussing it. Right? And then she done that thing that the people who never fought in the war but had all the benefits from afterwards she went, yeah, it was a great time.
What?
You can't call war a great time. We showed great resilience as a nation and stuff like that, yes. But you can't go, it was a great time.
Oh, my God. Selective memory. It's a cognitive bias. It's where it's called rose-tinted recollection or something. And
whatever,
and you just all that you do is pick the good parts out of it. Oh, it's terrible. That's so bad.
Or from someone like that, manipulative bullshit.
Absolutely. That's also valid.
Also there's football going on and whatever.
Yeah, sod it. So what have you been doing to try and combat the heat?
Well, I've been playing video games. I can't even segue properly. I've been playing video games, Stu.
Best idea, video games.
Yeah. What have you been playing? Because I've got to get my brain working. So you could get us some momentum going.
Alrighty, yeah, not a problem. So as of yesterday, I think it was, I've been playing Dart Racer, which is a brand new, recently released in early access, sort of F-Zero X, I would say. So yeah, it's an anti-grav racer where you have very, very wide tracks and several competitors, and you have to speed along them sometimes with barriers, sometimes, just to keep the thrill alive, no barriers, and you have to go over speed sections to speed up. Very much like F-Zero in its construction, in that, they're very twisty, turny courses that are very distinct from Wipeouts. So, although they're both anti-gravity races, the F-Zero X, so the 3D ones, and Wipeout are very, very different. For a start, with Wipeout, you need to sort out your pitch and yaw. It's a very important part of the game. You have air brakes. You don't have those in F-Zero X. And also the sense of speed, because the corners are much tighter in Wipeout, so the sense of speed is a little bit higher. But where F-Zero X comes in is much of a more of a roller coaster type experience. Generally, more enemies on the track, and much closer to you, but we'll come to that. And no weapons. So they change things up a little bit by having like damage zones and slowdown zones that you can be impacted by, and things like that. Anyway, everyone knows what F-Zero X is like, and this is very much in that vein. And it's, as I say, early access, so there's not a huge amount of content, which is, that's not a problem. You can do a Grand Prix, which is, I think, 4 events long, or is it 3? And you can buy different ships at the moment, and you can customize them. So that's very much like the F-Zero X games. Mechanically, it works very, very well. The gravity and the feeling of G-forces and all that sort of stuff, that gives it a good impression. It's entertaining. It's got that level of difficulty and control that is baked in deliberately, the way that F-Zero X has as well. It's not like, you're going along a straight and there's a slightly banked corner and that's fine, it's trivial. No. Your center of axis in the F-Zero X games and in this game is always very twitchy. It's almost like you pivot right on a center pin, and it even going around a fairly slow banked corner, it feels challenging, which is good. It's part of its USP. It's got a boost gauge that you have as well, and you can tweak that. And it resets automatically as you go along. So you've always got a boost option. Jesus. Yeah, it's 20 miles an hour outside here, and that guy was definitely not adhering to the speed limit. Anyway.
He was giving an example of the speed.
Yeah, he was.
Of the game, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, he's trying to show off the game.
Practical effects you've got going on, Stu. I love it.
Yeah. You normally have to pay extra for that, so yeah, it's pretty good. So all of that is put together very intentionally. There's a few things that I'm not quite so impressed with at the moment. The first is that there aren't very many competitors with you on the track. Now, F-Zero X deliberately kept the graphics really basic so that they could have tons and tons of traffic around. And a lot of the fun was competing with this traffic. And you always had tons around you and you could bash them off the track and stuff. There's not really that in this, because I think the field is about 5 or something like that competitors. So that's a bit of a shame, really, because you end up very much alone on these massive tracks, kind of a bit outside of the remit of what this sort of anti-grav racer should be, I feel. So that's a bit of a disappointment. Secondly, the tracks themselves are fine, they're okay, but there's no visual pizzazz, and I obviously don't expect it to be a AAA game or even a AA or a single A game. It's a cup of coffee game, but the design is a bit kind of monochrome. It's all, to where I've got to so far. It's a little bit monochrome. There's not much going on. It's visually very, very basic. It's sort of PS1 era, but even then, it doesn't look as good as the original Wipeout game did. Obviously it performs better and it doesn't have loads of pop in, but it's not very exciting to look at. And I would expect, even for a comparatively inexpensive product, I'd expect it to be a bit more visually engaging and exciting. The music's good, but the visuals are a bit bland and a bit poor for me. Apart from that, it's okay. It's very, very early access. As I say, not much content. It feels to me like, it's almost just beta stage. It feels like a lot needs doing to it. If I had to beg for one major change, it would be to add more competitors, because that's going to drive up the interest and excitement a lot more. But if that can't be done, then the secondary important thing is just making the tracks a bit more exciting to engage with. But and I also tried it in VR because it has a VR mode. And of course, immediately it's a lot, as pretty much every single racing game is. It's better in VR. So if you have the opportunity and you have the game, then try it out in VR because it's good. But yeah, it's one to keep an eye on at the moment.
Yeah, I've got this one on my wish list. I've not picked it up yet, and I didn't get around to trying it in the next fest, unfortunately. But it's on my wish list, and there's a couple of bits that have kept why it's on my wish list when I saw it. Is one, it looks like it's taken some influence from Pod Racer, which I absolutely adored, especially the arcade version of that, and the where you'd be able to sit down and they actually had the recreated pod racers you could sit in and stuff. So it feels like it's got that, but what it's done and what I like the look of, and I agree with you looking at all the footage I've seen, the improvements you need are needed. But what it's done is it's got there's a pod racer-esque level, but it's gone. But the creator of the game's almost gone right. The problem with pod racer, it all looks very samey. So let's take that concept, because pod racer is essentially an F-Zero game in many respects. Let's take that and actually put it in some other environments as well. Let's give you your traditional pod racer stage, but also let's take you elsewhere. And I'm interested in it, and I don't know what my expectations would be, but what you said so far is about where I am with my expectations before I pick it up.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely needs that injection of something. I really do feel that it's a very early build. It feels like an early build to me, that all of the controls and all of the physics are dialed in, but the actual presentation is still very much a work in progress.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it really needs to breach that gap. I mean, that's because I have high expectations, really. Even though it's a comparatively cheap game, I have high expectations because I'm into this genre. So if you temper your expectations a bit and you're not quite as rabid and frothing at the mouth as I am for this kind of game, then you'll probably have a lot of fun with it. But I would not recommend, unless you want to sort of invest in the process and invest in the developer, I'd say wait and see until it goes live, goes for 1.0 release. But if you want to back them in a kind of Kickstarter fashion, then get it now. But yeah, that's where we are, I think, with it at the moment.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So yeah, I think I'm going to hold off, but it's definitely on the radar.
Cool.
Right, so moving on, we're going from something that's poddy and fast and full of futuristic worlds to plodding along through the streets of Italy and France on two wheels.
Oh.
Because I've been playing Tour de France 2026.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, indeed. And that's what I can say about the game. It's okay, indeed. Yeah, I don't know why I picked these up. Every couple of years I go, right, let's have a little look at see what these cycling games are doing, because I think the concept of cycling games is really interesting. The way, compared to sort of cars, where you just go flat out all the time and trying to get your best times and nailing each corner. Cycling games are more about learning your flow and conserving energy at the right times, how you approach climbs to downhills to flats and all things like that. And I think what you've got is Cyanide Studios have kind of been doing these for years. Well, I can't remember if it's just under Cyanide or whether it's under different guises in the past. But the core team have been making cycling games for years now. And they are yearly. I think they've got Pro Cycling Manager is one and Tour de France. And anyway, Tour de France, been playing through this one. And it's interesting. It's got the full Tour de France calendar on it, as well as the season and everything that leads up to it, which again I think is a really good thing to have. So it's not just like, here's your one race spread over however many events it is, and that's what you get. There's loads of other supporting bits to it as well. And you play it in a way where you are a rider, but you're also the team manager. So you have to decide strategy. You need to decide who's riding from the front, who's conserving energy, who's going to be like the one who pushes on this type of stage, how you work team time trials and things like that. And the game has lots of different control methods to it. So if you're doing just a long stage of the Tour de France, what you might do is just like, you can press a button, hold a button that sets you in behind another rider. Let them do the work, you set in behind. Or you can then choose to maybe press some other buttons and you go off ahead, and that's more of a management side. Or you get the time trials, which are a lot more active on sort of like, take your position, you've got to keep your speed going at a certain thing, and manage your speed properly, and then when you can actually just let loose and really put the effort in, how you sort of like, how much effort you put for the uphill section to conserve for the downhill, do you really push for the downhill, all those kind of things are in there. And if you play the game at its set mode, it's basic, this is what the mode should be, this is the game experience, I think it's a bit complicated for someone like me. There's so much going on that I kind of go, I don't know. I don't know what strategies are what, and why these strategies work. I'd like someone to do that for me, please, and just let me cycle. But thankfully, there is a beginner mode, which basically just allows you just to do the cycling parts. It kind of manages all the other parts for you and everything. But, and here's my big but with stuff like this, and it's the same with racing games or any other games that have certain difficulties where you're against competitors. And that is, you've got easy, you've got medium, you've got hard, or equivalents thereof. I want it tuned, an option where you can tune to have the easy mode for yourself, where you don't have to worry about too much of the convoluted stuff that goes with it, but with an AI opponents that are like some 90-year-old dithering woman or man on a Sunday cycling about with a bunch of flowers in their basket and stopping for a cup of tea every 5 minutes, where there's no competition. It needs to balance. When we want easy modes and stuff like this, it isn't generally that we want the AI to be too easy that it's insulting. What we want is, we want it easier to play, but still be competitive. And this doesn't quite get that balance. I think the balance on the normal mode is the AI is too difficult at times, but on easy, there's just no point whatsoever. You need something that's in between. And a lot of these games miss it, and this is one of them. But if you persevere and play the normal mode, and you start to get it, the game does open up and you start to understand the minor nuances. But I think this is definitely a game for cycling enthusiasts only, because the beginner mode is too bad. But I think the next mode is very difficult for people who don't really watch cycling. And yeah, it's an enthusiast game, whereas I think there is a market, they could get this out there to the more casual gamer, but it needs some kind of proper balancing.
Yeah, every sporting event game now just seems to follow that rule of being essentially a sim. It's really mad. You would think that like they'd get more money if they made it much more casual. You could probably do it so that it's primarily in the forefront of a casual game and have a more sim-like mode in it, without raising the cost of it too much, I would have thought.
Go the Forza Horizon route.
Yeah. Well, that's it. You can dial it into whichever you want. Make it, change your experience in the vehicle or on the vehicle, but also change the AI, and you can have either one as hard as you like. Yeah, that would probably be the best way around, I reckon.
But I say it is a shame that it is so difficult to penetrate, and there's so much to learn and understand. Because I say I really enjoyed the actual core bit of doing a stage. Um, Maybe a bit more, because you do get a coach in there as well. So obviously the real cyclists will get fed, and like in real life will get fed tactics as they're going and stuff like that. I don't know if it's through radios or whatever, or teammates as they get to them, or however it's done, but they are fed information. I would like to get more coaching in the game. So to go, look, you're going too fast. Those have gone ahead. Those guys that have raced off ahead, they're called pace markers. Ignore them. You stay in this pack. It doesn't do quite enough of that. It kind of leaves you to your own devices. And then when you start getting him on, that's when it tells you. And it's like, but I've already done it. So am I committed to this now, or do I drop back? I don't know. And it needs that bit more coaching, which, again, I don't know what their budget is, their development time is, or anything like that. But I would have thought over the years they'd have had time to hone this. So it is certainly something I think they need to work on next. Visually, it looks impressive. The actual cycling part is really fun. I think it works. The visuals are beautiful, by the way. It's a beautifully rendered game. It still looks like a game. We're not looking at it going, oh my God, this could be the real Tour de France. But visually, it does look really, really impressive. But yeah, now I think they need to work on, right, how can we make this an experience for more people without dumbing it down too much? Because I understand why they won't want to dumb it down, but what can we do to bring those in? And I think a coach, in a way, that guides you through races properly, that you can then, down the line, go, right, less coaching. But it's missing that little something, but it's still a very, very good game. And looking at the reactions of people who play this properly, yeah, it's hitting the proper cycle nerds quota, essentially.
Yeah, sounds okay. Yeah, definitely one for the enthusiasts.
Yes. And apologies to all cyclists. I might have offended by calling you cycle nerds.
Who cares?
It's too hot to care.
Yep.
I can't think of anything I'd rather do less than cycle in this weather.
Oh, God, can you imagine? God, I'd have a heart attack within about 10 minutes.
Yeah. But also, yeah, there is, so I'll just double check, Pro Cycling Manager is also these guys. So I don't know why you need two games, but there is two games and people enjoy it, so have at it.
Yep.
I don't know what else I've got, it's too hot.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, well, I'll just talk briefly about what else I've been playing, because I've been playing Forza Horizon 6, but I've been playing it on my Steam Deck, streamed from my PC, and I've always had real struggle with this. So I've got it as good as I can get it. So the PC is connected directly into my router. Well, one of those repeater things. I've got those Eero devices, and it's one of those. So it's basically classed as plugged into a LAN, which is fine. So it's as fast as it can possibly get. And yeah, obviously streaming it across to my Steam Deck using something called, what's it called? I don't know. It's a branch of Sunshine. And it's no Moonlight I use on the deck itself. And Sunshine is what I use on the PC, which connects to it. Yeah, and it's a branch of that.
Okay. Yeah, there's plenty of those out there, so
yeah, exactly.
We could be fishing for that all day.
Yeah. But Sunshine is the base, and it works quite well. But I don't understand why I can't get a higher bit rate going on it. It really throws me, because obviously I've got 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, and I've got wired in my PC, but no matter what I try, the minute it goes over about 15 megabits per second, which is not much, it starts lagging out. And even on the lower settings, even on around 10 megabits per second, which is about about 1.5 meg a second, 1 megabyte per second. which it should be 10 times that and not struggle with. It's not great. So I've got it working all right, but I still wonder why it's quite so laggy and rubbish comparatively. But it's better than nothing, and I can't play it on the Steam Deck. So yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's pretty good, really. Can't complain. But I don't know. I wish there was a better way of doing it, basically. Maybe I just need a better network in my house, get some networking points in, plug directly into the wall.
Maybe what you really need to do, Stu, is stop drinking water and feed water to an AI data center instead.
Yeah. And then I could
fix everything.
Yeah. It would know what to do to solve my problem then. I could just ask AI.
Yeah.
And it would come.
Alexa.
Yeah. And it would probably come back with, oh, yeah, the answer is that you need to go completely wireless. And I'd be like, are you sure that's the right answer? And I go, oh, sorry, I misspoke. Actually, you need to visit Mars and collect some materials from Mars and come back, and it'll be because AI is bullshit.
It is. Yeah, that was the most ridiculous. I swear that statement by Jeff Bezos was written by AI.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
Because AI won't give us the water, not the humans.
Yeah. What a prick.
Like, what? I don't know. I finished Control, by the way.
Oh, you finished it already?
Yeah.
Oh, nice one. What did you think?
Really good.
It is good, isn't it?
It really just sucked me in. Yeah, Remedy, I agree with what you say about some of like the otherworldly levels are a bit too blocky and samey and stuff like that. But I think the real world stuff that they do, oh, Jesus Christ. The way you interact with the TVs, and they have like real video playing on the TVs and stuff like that. It's just an amazing visual that I still took the time to sit and watch all of those when I came across them, and it was absolutely fantastic. I think the story was fantastic. The fake out ending, oh, that was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. The fake out ending, and the what is the game like? Nearly 10 years old now, is it? Something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
So I don't think this is spoilers, but the Ashtray Maze, the soundtrack of that Ashtray Maze is, Jesus, one of the best levels I've played in gaming, because the tonal shift of the game, and it's just, amazing.
Yeah, it's a blooming good one, that. I must play that again. I'm going to have to play that again soon.
And I played through it as well as I could. I got to probably the final two levels, so just coming up to the fake out ending where you do like the climb and the lasers and trying to cleanse the lasers to let the thing and everything go. So I did that and I died, and then I had to restart that entire level again because it bugged out on me. So for that, I was finding it really difficult. So I did change to one shot, one kill just to finish the game. But I also managed to go back and do the Ashtray Maze using one shot, one kill. And just going through with that soundtrack, just taking out everything like a badass was just, that's just brilliant. I highly recommend, even if you finish the game, go back, do that Ashtray level, just turn on one shot, one kill.
Yeah, that is a peak experience. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those, it's up there with the the interdimensional changing level of Titanfall 2. With the parkouring through the different existences. It's right up there with that as one of those levels you just go, oh my God, you've nailed it.
It's good stuff. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the sequel. Oh, it's 7 years old. It's 7 years old, apparently.
Oh, is it 7? Oh, so maybe I have spoiled it for someone.
Screw them.
But yeah, I'm all in for that now. I think I'm going to go back and give Quantum Break a proper chance. So I've never played that properly. And then I think finish Alan Wake. Well, I'm only still in the woods, I think, on Alan Wake 2. I've not really started it. So I think I'm going to go through Alan Wake 2, all in preparation for Resonance.
Yeah,
good idea. Resonance or Resonance?
Resonant, I think, is it?
Resonance. I don't know. I really don't know.
Just looked it up. It is Resonant. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. But yeah, I really can't compliment that. The end game part of it is just, that is masters of their craft. The fake out and everything, restarting it, because even the restart makes it feel like it's some kind of post game, and that it's not really important. and then the way it builds to take you to actually, this is it's just it's that's how you write and how you turn good writing into gameplay as well. Just genius.
Yeah, it's a cracker.
That's a cracker. Is Carson still okay? He's okay, isn't he?
That was Jimmy Cricket, isn't it?
No.
No.
I think Carson. Willie Carson.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Not Willie Carson.
My
God.
What's he called?
Oh my God, we're pathetic.
And old.
We're old, but not old enough to remember straight off. It's a cracker. Frank Carson, that's it. Couldn't think. I just got Willie Carson in my head, and then Carson Daly for some reason. And I think it weren't either of them.
Definitely not.
Anyway, yeah. Shh. Take us out, Stu.
Yeah, shut up, Stu.
No, just me. I'm just like the delirium.
Yeah, it's too hot. Anyway, try and stay cool in whatever way you can, wherever you are. I'm sure pretty much everywhere in the Northern Hemisphere is struggling with heat at the moment. So apart from that, follow us on all the socials. Make sure you're checking out our content on the website. Join us to chat on Discord. And as usual, until next week, stay safe and stay sane.